Now let's talk about the biggest disappointment that we saw at this year's Legion Sports. And that of course is Blessing Avutibu, who was making his comeback to the bodybuilding stage. After almost 2 years, he hired a new coach, one of the best out there, Stefan, and he could not even place in that top 5. In what we can call was comparatively a weak lineup compared to all the past shows that we have seen throughout this year, especially in comparison to something like the Pittsburgh Pro or the New York Pro. And for those of you guys who do not know, that was originally his plan to compete at the Pittsburgh Pro and the New York Pro. Now it is kind of ironic that almost all the people out there, they were saying that Blessing won't be in shape based on all the pictures that he was posting. The only people who could not see that, they were him and his coach. Now condition wise, this was probably the worst physique of Blessing Avutibu to step on the stage. Apart from, I'm gonna say Chicago Pro back in 2023. Forget the leg imbalance. Blessing was simply not in a condition to have a shot at this title last night. And let's for 1 second talk about Stefan, Blessing's coach, and his performance during this year. James Hollingshead, he was off. Martin Fitzwater, he was big time off. Regan Grimes at his first show at the New York Pro, he missed his mark, especially the way he faded during that prejudging. But that being said, let's take a look at the names who performed really well under Stefan's coaching this year. William Bonac and Regan Grimes at California Pro. Now I do not know what it says about him as one of the best coach in the industry right now, but that is less than 50% success rate. Now Blessing Avutibu has been getting a lot of criticism, especially on his waistline, more specifically his obliques, that they just grew a lot during these past 2 years. Well, here is a comparison of him from Flex Pro Italy back in 2023 versus today at the Legion Sports. And you can see he always had those thicker obliques. And I have got to say his waistline, that only looks awesome when he pulls a vacuum. But we do see what people have been pointing out. Him pushing beyond 320 pounds during this past off season in what we can call was a dirty bulk that led him to growing them a bit more. And just because he was off, that got noticed a lot more. Now let's take a look at the biggest question in regards to Blessing. Did Blessing grow his legs? For that, let's take a look at his front double biceps from that same show, Flex Pro Italy, his last show back in 2023 versus the look that he brought last night. Well, Blessing had a lot of struggle growing that outer quad sweep, so he decided to add more thickness in his adductors, which was a good call because looking at this front comparison, you can see that he has a much better balance right now compared to back in 2023. So he added overall more width in the side chest